Well, hello there. My name is Vinay and you guys know me from Instagram as Wing Photography, and today I am not going to spend even a single ounce of a second telling you what are my plans for the year and what I intend to be doing and stuff like that. We're just going to go right into it. We're going to talk about the few things that you guys can do this coming year to just push your photography that bit much further. I'm going to tell you guys that this year you should be buying a new camera. You should be buying a new lens. You should also be buying new lights, new flashes, maybe a tripod if you don't have. Just buy it. Buy a lot of things, because if you don't buy into these things, you're not going to get with your photography where you're supposed to get. And you'll just always be that sad piece of potato at home thinking that, you know what, I should have bought these things because that's why I'm bad. I'm really bad because of these things. Yeah, now I'm not going to talk about that. What I'm going to suggest to you guys is this incredible thing made by humankind for humankind in the field of photography. That's right. We're talking about the glass. Simple piece of glass, but it's incredible. Let's see what we can do with it. Let's go! Oh, and happy 2022. I'm not going to call it 2022 because there's just a little bit of bad nostalgia associated with that. So, yeah, let's go! Alright, so why the hell would I suggest you guys to buy a piece of glass? Well, without glass, you don't have a lens. Without lens, you don't have a photo. Without photo, you don't have a camera that can do anything or does anything. And without a photo, that a camera that... Any kind of glass is fantastic. And let me tell you why. Here are a few sample images of things that I've shot with a glass in front of my camera, a glass in front of the lens. And the result is bespokingly incredible. It blew my mind. What you can do with a piece of glass in front of the camera is like this layer of art that you can add to your own photos, whatever kind of photos they may be, and just give it that push, that special sauce. And it kind of doesn't matter which glass you have, as long as you can get something that's in your kitchen. You'll obviously have glasses in your kitchen. You know, you'll have cutlery that someone gifted your mom like a while back, and yeah, it's still probably there unused. Time to whip it out and see what you can do with it. It has to be a transparent glass though. Otherwise, it doesn't really work because you can't really take a photo through it, if you get what I mean. The kind of effect that the glass gives to your images is something that you can easily add in Photoshop. But I don't know about you. I'm not a person who can paint. And that doesn't mean that I've not tried painting, or I can't pick up a canvas and I can't paint on it, or like use my hands to do something on a piece of paper. But no, my idea of painting is that you can think something in your head and then just express it on a piece of paper. Little hard for me to do. I've not really trained that skill set. But you know what? If you give me a few items here and there, I can possibly put them around in a particular way and shoot them and make that look interesting. Coming back to the point of not being a painter, these glasses kind of help you become a painter. So I have a whiskey glass that you can find anywhere in your store or you can buy online. I have a shot glass. It's a smaller glass, and I had a few lying around, don't ask me why. And I have another glass. It's a basic drinking glass. Now, what's special about these glasses is that, of course, yes, you can see through them. So there are different sorts of cuts on the glass, and they have different sorts of bases on the glass. The base of the... Oh my god, I'm trying to juggle 3 glasses here. Don't break, please. It's more about the kind of cuts on the glass and the kind of base that you have. Now, let me tell you why that's interesting. You know, if you can just see this glass in front of the camera right now. I have a backlight and I also have a key light. Now you see how the backlight is creating some light on this part of the glass, and how the key light's of course creating some light from the front. But if you backlight a glass, you get nice patterns on it. And when you throw these patterns in front of your lens and shoot through it, you get a very interesting looking light leak or some sort of distortion that kind of makes your photo just look that touch bit more magical, that touch bit more interesting, because it just opens up so many new things that you can do just because you have some added light leaks that come in through how you're using the glass. And just a few distortions here and there, just for the whole modern art kind of era. We anyways live in a place where you can express your art in a very different sort of way. And the glass is, I believe, the easiest and the cheapest way to achieve that. So moving forward, let me tell you why I have these three glasses. So as you know, I shoot on the Fuji X100F. The lens is a little small and it's perfect for these kind of glasses because they cover it kind of entirely. I got the whiskey glass not for the cut on it. The cut is a bit, I would say, it's a little too distortioning for the kind of preference that I have. But it's for the base actually. So when light crosses through the base of this glass, it creates nice light textures through it. When you put this in front of a lens, you get these beautiful crisscross diamond flares that come throughout the image based on how you hold the glass, how the backlight's hitting on it, how powerful the backlight is, and stuff like that. There are a few factors that affect the kind of effect that this glass has on the kind of image that you're trying to create. The painterly effect that you as a photographer can have over your images. It's quite interesting. I have a basic drinking glass. Why? Because this has a very good see-through rating. I don't think that really is the term I would use with a glass, but nevertheless, if you see through this glass, you can see the world kinda as clearly as you can without the glass. So that's a good thing about it. But the good thing about this glass is it has very vertical and straight cuts on it. And what that helps me do is that I can just create very, very split distortion effects. I got this glass for the kind of cut that it has on it. And the base is pretty basic. I haven't really used that much, but you can still use the base of this glass and get what you're trying to look for. In hindsight, I use the glass for two things. One is to get the distortion effect that you get through the cut that's on the glass. And the second thing is light leaks. You can actually get light leaks from the base of the glass. It's a little better than the cuts of the glass, but you can use both of them. And it works pretty interestingly. The last glass that I have is a shot glass. This glass may or may not work for you. Why? Because it's a little small. That's a good thing for my camera because my camera is very small too. But if you have a bigger lens, it may not be as effective. For the smaller one, it's effective plenty much. Nevertheless, I use this glass for two things as well. This one has no cuts on it. It's a very, very straight and curved, simple, basic glass. But the good thing about this glass is that it has a very interesting base. It has a flower base pattern, like all shot glasses kind of do. And it's got a very thick, transparent base. So the kind of light leaks that you can create with this are again very different. And that just goes to say you can buy at least 10 different kinds of glasses in the market today when you go out to shop for them just because you watch this video. They're all going to work. They're all going to work to a certain degree. So it's good to just buy one of each if you can. Just use one, try one and see what it does and how it benefits the way that you can add an interesting touch of your own to the kind of images that you create. So it's really cool. The beauty of this is that it's such a simple thing that you can carry with you in your bag wherever you go for any kind of shoot. Using a glass onto your images makes them very it makes them strongly unrecreatable. To me, I believe, as a photographer, moving forward, I've always believed in this idea of creating or shooting something that I have never seen before, and perhaps that someone won't be able to create that easily. It's like my own encryption code that I kind of have as a policy in my way of shooting. These glasses basically help me add that one extra step of encryption that, hey, you know what, this image is not going to be very easy to recreate. And that makes it all the more special because in the history of photography, the best images are the ones that perhaps can't ever be created again. Now, I'm not saying these glasses are going to help you create the best images in the world, but they're going to give you that touch of encryption that you can ensure it's going to be very hard for people to recreate them. That makes them all the more special. That makes them all the more your style. It's like your seasoning that no one can ever figure out why your dish is so tasty. So it's pretty interesting. And they're very cheap, you know. I don't believe in buying new cameras, new lenses, new lights, new flashes, new stands. Okay, wait, I believe in buying new lights because lights do play a very important role in how you see things and how you create things and how you add that, again, extra touch of encryption with your style of shooting. But these have experimental value and they're very easy to carry around with you. They don't break. Just get something nice, get something strong. You don't have to buy the glass that costs like 3,000 rupees or more than that, you can just buy something very basic. You get a set of these for like 250 bucks. You get a set of the small ones, shot glasses for even cheaper, the drinking glasses for like 300, 400. It's a set of 6, so if you don't have glasses at home, it's perfect. You can just buy a couple of these and it'll do 2 things for you. Here are a few more sample images, and I'm telling you, incredibly so, these glasses have done things that I could not expect I could do on my images without having to use Photoshop. Even if I had to use Photoshop, you know, it's a little weird. Like I said, I don't have that painterly painterly instinct to be able to realize, okay, you know what, I want this to happen to my image. I want the distortion like this. I want the colors to leak in from here, from left, from right. I can't think of it that way. But if I'm given a glass and I put that in front of my lens, I can see it happen as I'm taking the photo, and I can frame it in a way that looks nice to me. It's more aesthetic to me. So instead of trying to create an aesthetic for yourself, you are generating and you're developing your own aesthetic of how you want to use these glasses. It's really fun. It's a lot of fun, and I wanted to make this as the first video of this year because I think this is something that you guys can do tomorrow, you guys can do day after, you guys can do it right after watching this video, and just go out and buy yourself some glasses and see how that makes photography fun, makes photography interesting, and you will absolutely love what it's going to do to your photos because it's done some amazing thing to mine. So yeah, here are some more sample images. Check it out. See what these glasses have done for me. See what these glasses have created with magic from lights behind it, in front of my photographs, to my photographs. It's interesting. The light leaks, the distortions, and it's done some interesting things that even I couldn't have imagined that these glasses would ever be able to do. I believe you should at least get one glass to try it out before you can say this video is a whole lot of bullshit. He's telling me to buy something that I don't need. I want to buy a new camera. Buy a glass. 100 rupees max. If you don't like it, buy your camera. At least 1 lakh rupees. See what you can do. And that's it for today, folks. I'm going to come back soon with another video. I have few plans for this year's, and one of them is to make 100 YouTube videos. This is number 1. And if you're using glasses already, then this video is pretty useless. Tell me in the comment sections below how you have been using your glasses and where can I see your beautiful photographs of them being used. I'm gonna see you in the next one soon because this is video number 1 and video number 2 is not far away. Bye!